The following is a presentation of Emory Uno Division 2. We are back here for our final match of the stream triple header for Emory Uno Syncopated 16 Jazz July here on July 14th. We are bringing you coverage from the double base region here as we have our very first match of two in this region for the Syncopated 16. And this one's going to be number 2 seed Cage looking for his 10th win of the season. One of the most consistent players of the year so far, taking on number 14 seed Lucky, who has been on their career best run, looking to make an upset run, maybe deep in the bracket, potentially sneak into the playoffs here, especially with a win here. That'd be a huge moment for Lucky if they could get the win here and keep this run going. We're bringing you coverage live here. We got the other stream going on right now, so we're doing a little bit of double stream coverage here. But gonna bring you this final match of the day here over in the double base region, and we'll get things rolling here for this one as we'll go into the bracket here. Take a look what's been happening so far in this one. And for the Syncopated 16, Cage and Lucky going to be ready to go at it here for a spot in the regional finals. So we'll see who gets it done for both players. Been two matches so far in their path. For Cage, took down the sole debutant of the tournament, Buzz, in a 4-0 sweep, and then took down Bromy 4-1. So Cage has not dropped a lot of games so far here. Cage looking for the third regional final of the season. Very remarkable accomplishment if he can do that. Looking to take down Lucky. But for Lucky, has been on a bit of an upset run here. Took down Sam, the tournament 2 winner, in the opening round. Big win for the Lucky there. And then went on to take down Classy 4-2, one of the players who was on the bubble coming into this tournament. And now for Lucky going into this matchup against Cage. We'll see what Lucky can bring here to the table as they've been on an upset run so far. That's definitely going to have to keep Cage on alert here. But anything can happen in this match here. As we've seen in the first two streams today so far, it's been unfortunately a bit lopsided here. The second stream is actually just wrapped up, so we're not on a good track record at the moment for the streams here because it's two sweeps so far. So we'll see if this one ends up being a little different. Hopefully it's a little different because it's been a bit unfortunate so far because it's been lopsided games in the triple header today. But yeah, gonna go into this one here. We'll see who gets it done. Moving into the stream. Gonna write solo commentary on this one. We might have some people hop in here since the other stream just ended, but we do have both our players here ready to go. Gonna go for both of them for some pregame thoughts here, starting with Cage. Cage, I mean, this has been a remarkable season for you. Only player to make it to all 4 round of 16s this season, and you're not looking for your third regional final. And a little bit of redemption here as he actually lost in this round in the last tournament here. So hoping to try and rebound a bit and make it back to familiar territory for you this season. What's this match going to be for you here as you go up against Lucky, who has been a bit of a giant slayer so far this tournament, and as you look to get the 10 wins and your third regional final, which no one has done yet this season? Yeah, Cage will type out his answer here. While Cage is typing, we'll go to Lucky here, just kind of to kind of keep it rolling here. But for Lucky, been a great run for you, career best. And you now go up against Cage, who has been one of the dominant players of the season so far. How are you feeling heading to this match? I believe this is your first stream of your career, so a bit of a different environment for you here. And just kind of overall, what do you think you got to do to be able to get the win against Cage, who has proven to be a very strong competitor so far this season?
So yeah, honestly, I don't really feel any pressure. Everyone expects each to win, so I can just go out here and play. If I pull off another upset, great. If not, I got to play against one of the best players this season, so for me, it's a win-win situation. But of course, if I can choose, I rather win this. Um, but we'll see how the cards play out.
Oh, I was muted. But yeah, Syntax gonna ref. Cage has a game 1 call. Cage's gonna go with 7 here, so Syntax game already set up, so you're good to go. Just kind of doing ref C and whatnot. All right. And underway we go for the 3rd stream of the day, and it is going to be a green 8 to start this off. I'm going to pull up the World Cup match also because I want to watch it. So, going to keep it going on the greens here. No immediate switch to start off. Like Lucky's going to want to switch that at green, going to go with the yellow. I mean, kind of going into this one here. You see on the records, big gap here. Cage and Dime wins 44-23 record. Then for Lucky, 3-2 and 500 there with a 13-13. So I mean, it's a big gap in how many games and series both these players have played so far this season. I mean, when we come into the table here, it's not ultimately that may not matter, as it's just gonna be whatever happens on the table. As Cage draws on the yellow here, so Lucky gonna take a small lead here at the moment. The Cage has a +2 off the top deck, but it's gonna leave it open, so gonna try to keep Lucky at bay a little bit. Lucky was down to 3 cards, so I would say a wise move there from Cage. Didn't want to let Lucky get away too early, but Lucky's going to be out as well, so nothing to play on the yellow and no stacking on the +2. But Cage going to close the door here, and both players going to be looking to try to get things going here. And I was going to say maybe draw City, but no, Lucky going to switch to the blue, so you don't really get much of a draw City there. And Cage going to agree with that one. First hit of the series. Both running blue here, both running it down, both at 4 cards. It's been a decently faster paced game 1 here to start this off. Cage gonna draw though, but so is Lucky, so neither with much left to work on for the blue. So yes, we'll see how this goes here. Lucky typing for a little bit. Did they get a big top deck here to potentially help them out? And yes, they did. I mean, got to run the skips here going in the green. Could open the door for maybe a finish here from Lucky. Cage able to play the green. Can Lucky get the Uno and or the win? No, not quite there. Gonna have to draw, and Cage has an opening to try and reel Lucky back in. Lucky still not be able to play anything here. Cage looking to keep it going and gonna play a wild going into yellow. Lucky's still drawing, not what they wanted to see. Cage able to keep it going here. Lucky looking to do anything they can. Just try and block. Can't get an answer though. Cage looking to walk his way into the opening game win. And gonna do it with the +4, and that will do it. Cage gonna take the 1-0 lead here. And off to a good start here for Cage, as despite the small draw early on there and a bit of a weird spot to be in the beginning of the series, Cage is kind of able to get it going there and gets it done. But yeah, I mean, Cage, you ultimately had 4 draws there. Were you able to pick up anything during those draws that kind of helped you get that win? We did have the wild and the +4 there. Did those ultimately end up coming off the draws, or were you able to have them from the start and just played patient with them? +2 and the wild were both from draws, so very clutch. So Cage ended up holding the +4 from the start, which is interesting, but that ends up helping him get to the win. So decent patience there, because I mean there was moments where Cage could have just gone for the +4 early on, but decided to hold on to it and ends up paying off in the end. But yeah, well, gonna go to game 2 here. Cage gonna go with 1 up to 8. 7 worked out pretty well. shout out to Kate and D in the stands. I'm assuming those are Cage's friends, so to them I say hello. Thank you for tuning in. But gonna go with game 2 with the blue 4. See what happens here. I will say the prior 2 streams today ended in 4-0 sweeps, so if we're keeping the trend here, I think Cage is feeling pretty good and Lucky's feeling pretty concerned here. I hope we do not have the trend here because this trend keep going here because both those streams were very uncompetitive, not necessarily due to the players, but more to how the hands played out. So I'm hoping we have a competitive series here because that would be kind of unfortunate if we go 3 for 3 on sweeps, especially when the opening 2 rounds had a lot of great stream games here. So unfortunately for the syncopated 16, it's not really been the start we were hoping for on that. But both drawing on the blue 3, going to be an early draw city here. No one able to find much so far. We'll see if anyone can pick up anything solid, as we seem to have another hold on the bot. This happened before in the other game. I'm not quite sure what is causing this one. Oop.
My
Hello.
fault. Is
Oh,
everything
you're
good with
good.
you?
Yeah. We got the stream going underway, KT. You want to say hello to the crowd?
What's going on, boys? It's KT. We got a nice game right here between Sky and Cage. I've seen these two before.
Go Cage
I
and
think
Lucky.
I-
Cage and
Okay,
Lucky.
no, sorry.
Yeah.
My fault. Cage, I've called the game before. I think I called you last year, and Lucky, I think I've called before. But regardless, should be a good one. Unfortunately, I got to run, but appreciate G for making time here. I did the earlier game, and he's running through it. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate SC for helping me out too. You could use him as a co-com. Gee, he's pretty good. He's good if you want to use him. But regardless, I wish you guys the best. Keep rocking and rolling. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, KT. KT took coverage of the Cap Gaming Rune game that just ended. Ended up being a 4-0 sweep. Cap Gaming moving on to his second regional final of the season here, as the bot has loaded once again. So at least we're able to resume play. But I was gonna say we are gonna keep Draw City going, but Cage with the green 3 here gonna be able to get the switch out and gonna get things back underway. So yeah, both drew a little bit here. Cage with the lead at the moment, though. Gonna have to see what both players end up drawing out of that one. And it's gonna be a 3-card run for Lucky, so immediately gonna eliminate that lead here. Gonna come down to possession arrow here. So Cage gonna barely hold on to it by virtue of the turns, but this game is essentially tied at the moment. Both just gonna keep running the green down here. I mean, again, looking like a 3-color game for the moment. No blue in play, so we're looking at the green, yellow, and red. Yellow and red haven't really made their appearance yet in this cycle. Actually, neither has actually appeared at all in this game entirely. It's only been blue and green so far. So there's the yellow. Yellow gets introduced right there. Still waiting for the red, but again, we're looking at a 3-color game here, and we'll see how this plays out for both, because I think both of them are going to want to try to use all 3 colors at some point. Ooh, Lucky with the immediate slap. They're going to throw Cage back, and that's actually going to give Lucky the lead. And Cage going to negate the +2 there. Still a little behind, though. Lucky still holding on to the lead. Going to keep running it down the yellow. Lucky definitely is going to want to try to get the win here, because then that's going to immediately eliminate the trend. But get our introduction of red. Cage going to switch it over to there, but we'll see if that actually helps Lucky here. I feel like it could. Lucky able to play that red there. Getting down low, Cage down to 3. Lucky looking for either Uno or the win. And it's gonna just kind of take one out of Cage's playbook there from game 1, and Lucky will get the win for game 2. So we have a tied game here, and we will not have a sweep. So that is good to see at least. But Lucky on the board. Yeah, Lucky. I mean, that game kind of played out in a similar fashion as game 1, but this time you ended up finding some draws there. and it kind of worked out better for you after Draw City there. But for you, what was kind of like the big moment for you there? Because I mean, did you end up picking up something in Draw City, or were you just kind of playing it patient with what you had before and was able to kind of line it up for the win? All right, Lucky gonna type out. Had all my ammo from the start. Okay, so Lucky actually was playing patient with what they had, so that's kind of interesting because the moment everyone ran out on blue, Lucky instead of trying to use the ammo to get out, decided to hold on to it. And yeah, I mean, I was mentioning before that red switch could have been more beneficial for Lucky, and it ended up being that case because I had the red 4 and then was able to just kind of +4 to the end there. So, um, yeah, she said the thing. Yes, uh, that is true. But well, it is 1-1, so we do have a game here, and we're gonna go to or we do have a match, and we're gonna go to game 3 here. Lucky has the call. We've gone 7 and 8 so far. Lucky gonna go up to 13. So going to be a bit of a difference here for game 3, going higher tier. And we'll start on the yellow 7 this time around. I mean, Syntax, I know you just joined in at the start of this game, at the right at the start of the match here, but if there been anything you've seen so far of this one here, because the good news is it's been a back and forth so far, but it is still early.
I mean, the big thing is it's not a sweep, which is plagued the last 2 straight matches. So maybe this one will hopefully be more competitive. Always love to see competitive Uno. I think you're muted.
I am muted. That is true. But that was the games actually ended up starting with a lot of switches there. We went from red to green and then back to yellow, and now we're staying with yellow. So that was a bit of a bizarre start there. But yeah, despite all the switches, it seems like both players do have a good amount of yellow here, and we're going to get another switch into the red. Another thing I've kind of noticed with this one is both players have been playing at a bit more of an up-tempo pace here. There hasn't really been any moments where both players just kind of take a second to stop and think it through. Both are just kind of going guns a-blazing here, so we'll see if that actually has an impact in terms of how long each game lasts, because right now we haven't had anything over 5 minutes. All right, we're at 5. And we'll see now what's going to be the move here from Lucky. And it's going to be our first introduction of blue here with the wild. So looking to bring that color into the fold here. Cage will roll with it for now. We'll see what Lucky does on this blue, because we have not seen it to this point. I'm going to be a little double play there. That's going to give Lucky the outright lead. Still rolling on the blue numbers here. And I'm going to keep doing that. 3, blue 8. Yeah, both just kind of running it down on blue here. For Lucky, this might be what they want. Cage might have a good amount of blue here, but without the lead here, it could be a little bit concerning. Alright, what does Lucky do here? Taking a long time to type, and gonna use the +4 in the yellow and gets the Uno. Technically, that's our first Uno call of the series, because the first 2 games ended with +4 finishes, so just a 1-2 like that, but Cage gonna have a chance to respond here. Gets 4 extra cards, so we'll see what he does. All gonna depend on what that last card is for Lucky, so Cage gonna say you might regret it. Gonna go with the wild green. That is a risky move. Oh man. well, it's 1, 2, 3. There you go, and that is unfortunately a fatal switch there. Man, that was a risky one there for Cage because we haven't really seen the green that much since the beginning. I mean, there was only one green played, so that was a really risky move there from Cage, and it just did not really pan out there. So tough call there for Cage, as Lucky gonna make it 2-1, but Lucky ran that one down there. Ultimately went +4 for the ending there, and was able to get fortunate with that switch. But I mean, got 2 in a row here. Any thoughts here after this one with the high tier working on this one for you, and take the lead for the first time in the series? Title Lucky, King of Red, and YOLO mention. That's true. This game is just going to become like, how many mentions of players can we get without discreetly saying their name specifically? Got lucky again with the color switch. And that might be all. We'll see if I stay lucky. At least the bot's not started the syntax error yet. Alright. Okay, let's go to game 4 here. Lucky has the call gonna go 1-up, similar to what Cage did from game 1 to game 2. And red 9. Was that a penalty for Spain? Ooh. Go with red. Yeah, that looks like a penalty. Alright, gonna roll with red here. Alright. Got the switch into yellow here off the skips. Sorry, I'm just a little distracted here because Spain just got a penalty. But okay, well, actually, hold on a second. We were running yellow, but then Lucky has gone back into green. This is a very ammo-heavy start for Lucky so far here. Had the 3 skips there going into yellow, and now it goes back into green with the wild. And gonna be a 3-card run here with the red into the red. So Cage's not gonna allow that green to run much longer. And got a double play here, slap in the face for Lucky here. Throws the +2 at Cage, throws him back to 9. I mean, for Lucky here, I mean, if they could get the win, that's going to be 3-1. That's going to be a very advantageous position here. Going into game 5, will be at match point. But for now, Cage gonna keep it going on the red. 1-0 Spain. Oh, another wild going into green for Lucky. And Cage is saying, I'm not having that. Gonna go with the blue. Blue 4 for Lucky now. Cage trying to play some defense, though. Doesn't want Lucky to get too low. Was down to 2, throws a +2 to make Lucky go back up to 4. Yeah, only 3 minutes have passed so far in this game, so it's been another quick one here, and both players are already pretty low. Ooh, and a +4 from Lucky, and I think for Cage that +2 may have been the right call there, because that very much may have been Lucky's finish right there. Cage with nothing, though. Not a great sign. Even after that +4, can't play anything on the green. Lucky gets the Uno with the green 2 here, looking to make it 3-1. Does Cage have anything to respond with? Cage is typing. Is there going to be an answer? We'll see. If it's a third fatal switch, I'm going to crash out. Cage is going to go for the yellow. That's another risky switch. Alright, and this one's going to pay off, though. Gets the ice. And we'll be able to keep this one going now. Alright, yellow 1. So Cage able to get things going again. Lucky looking for a big top deck here to help him out. Will not get it this time. Gonna have to draw again. And Cage is just kind of just what Cage needs. He just wants to run this yellow down. Lucky keeps drawing back. It's gonna help minimize, help close that gap, bring Cage back into this game. Because for Cage, really for him, he's gonna want to try to tie this up at 2-2 and make Game 5 a pretty important game. And with him having the call, that could play advantage to him. So. Yeah, but we'll see. Got a little run there. Oh, that's going to be a chain on +2, so that's going to make it a +6, and we go in the blue. Cage now 100% holding on to that lead here. Now Lucky going to have to play some defense. Question is, what does Lucky do here with 11 cards? Could there be a few options? Could there just not be much Lucky can do? We'll see. They are typing, so I think there's an answer. And yes, alright, gonna have a +4 here. Going to make sure Cage can't get that 1-2 finish if he had it. And Cage back up to 6 cards, and we go back into the green, which Cage was struggling on earlier. Alright, keeps going with the green. Green 1. And the green 7. Alright. Big run here for Lucky, as it's going to be returning the favor that from earlier where Cage dished out a +6 to her, and now it's going to be a +6 to Cage. Cage up to 10 cards, make that 9, but Lucky has regained the lead. Lucky is, however, out on yellow, though, so did not quite get the immediate switch that she was hoping for. Cage able to run this yellow. Lucky looking for either a top deck or a way to get out of this yellow. Draws. And we're at 7 minutes for this game, so this has been the longest one so far in the series. Depending on how this one plays out, could be a pivotal one in how this one shapes out or shapes up. Anyways, Cage looking for the switch in the red. Might be a bit of a lag here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's unfortunately it's kind of under protest for a span of a few minutes at a time. So I'm not really sure what it's doing, but got a red 7 here, and there's going to be a double play here from Lucky once this gets back going again. Legally mandated coffee break. It has it's hydration break. That's what it's got right now. But Yeah, not exactly what we wanted to see here, but it will get going again soon enough. Yeah, just gonna kind of have to wait to get it loading again. While we wait, shout out to Colbert in the stands too. Cage is filling out the crowd with his supporters, it seems. Yeah, this is kind of where it's just kind of you're filling in the dead air here. So I mean, while we're waiting, again, just kind of looking back at the bracket here once again. Yeah, winner of this one goes to the regional finals for the double base region. Winner faces Marbleside John Weezer. It's 1-0 Spain for the World Cup game. Is that Elise coming off the field? No, it's not. It's Saliba. Never mind. Couldn't get a good view. My screen's really small. This is certainly turning out not very well for France. But I mean, again, looking at the bracket here, yeah, it's been quite a tournament. This is one of the regions where it's a bit interesting though, because we still have the top 2 seeds in the region left in the field. Then we have 2 wildcard players though with John Weezer and Lucky. So we'll see how this goes. And there's the there we go. There it is. And we will get things back going now. Apologies for the hold there. I would say take it, we'll probably take about 3 minutes off that one. So, say we're at about 7:30 at the moment. And after we get back here, Cage is gonna draw, so that is not what he wanted. But we're back underway here. Lucky looking to keep it running down. Cage gonna get the switch into green, looking to try and force a draw out of Lucky. And we'll get a draw here, but at the cost of 2 extra cards. So we'll see what Cage is able to make out of this. Gonna be able to keep the green going. Lucky looking to get out of this green as soon as possible. All right, blue 5 for Lucky. And that's gonna be what Lucky needed to break through here as we keep going on the blue. Yeah, and this blue is working well for Lucky here. We'll have to see what Cage can do. Just keeps running on the numbers. Can Lucky get to Uno? No, Lucky cannot. 2 cards short. Can Cage keep it going? Yes, Cage can keep it going here and actually self-dittos here, so looking to force another draw out of Lucky, and he will. Lucky in a bit of a tough spot here now as Cage looking to take the advantage. Okay, Cage get the Uno now. Yes, gets the switch in the green, gets the Uno, and now it's gonna be putting the question on the Lucky. What does Lucky do if she can do anything? Just plays it green too. Does Cage have the finish on the green? No, no finish there, so Cage 1 card short. Can Lucky get something going in the green though? No, Lucky cannot, so for both looking for a top deck here, otherwise we are in Draw City. Lucky gets top deck green 9 here. Cage looking for a quick switch. Will get the quick switch into red. Can Cage get the Uno here on this red? And no, it's just going to be a double play there on that one. And Cage is going to take it. Going to be 2-all here going into the 5th game as we got quite the series here in this one. And Cage mentioning it was a stressful game. So 10 minutes 27 on that one. But Cage able to get it done. And it's been a home away series so far. But for Cage, I mean, you get the win there on that one. A big win there to tie it up at 2-2 here. Just kind of how are you feeling throughout that one? It ends up being the longest game of the series so far. And able to get the win, but just kind of your thoughts. Being able to get it done here, moving on to game 5 here, which is going to prove to be a pivotal one here. So whoever wins this one will be at match point. The game was It's So Over. We're so back roller coaster. Yeah, fair. I know exactly what you're talking about with that one, but it's glad won it. All right, well, gonna go to game 5 here. Cage gonna kind of stick with his his range here. Gonna go 1 up to 9. Went with 7 cards in game 1, 8 cards in game 2, and I'll go with 9 cards in his 3rd call. Gonna start with the yellow here in what could be an important game. We'll see if power play maybe comes out here, or if both will look to hold on to it. But we started yellow and immediate switch to blue from Lucky. Yeah, so this is a mid-tier start here, so we could get a few different outcomes, but both are going to be looking to race down to the finish from the start here. That's kind of what we've seen so far in all these games. And whether it be someone gets down to the finish or it gets stalled and Straw City happens, we'll see where it is. But a wild play from Cage here going in the red, another color switch. What does Cage have on this red here? Gonna have a double play. And it's going to help extend that lead a little bit for him as he continues his plan A run. Lucky out on the red here, not what Lucky wanted to see. Can Cage keep it going? Yes, Cage keeps it going with a self-ditto here, so looking to force another draw out of Lucky, and Cage will force the draw out of Lucky. Can Cage get a quick one here? Taking a second to type, maybe looking for the finish here, and that is going to be the finish right there. And within about 90 seconds, 91, Cage has made it 3-2 here, and a strong hand in that one to get the plan A win. Not much to say on the actual game, but cards just lined up there on the start for Cage, and he was able to take full advantage there. So going to be 3-2 his favor, as he will get it done there. But yeah, not a whole lot to say on that one there. Just kind of had a good hand at the start and was able to run it down. All right, Lucky got to go with the full send for game 6 here, looking to tie it up and make game 7 happen. And we go with the yellow +2 to start. Cage at match point. Lucky down 1 game, looking to tie it up again and make game 7 happen. Again, we're starting with the yellow +2. That's going to be interesting because if another +2 gets played, that's going to become a +4. So it's a bit risky with the full send, though, especially with both players having so many cards already. So we'll see what Lucky decides. Okay, then. That is not what I thought was going to happen. And Cage is already at 33 cards. Wow, okay. So Lucky is going to start the game off with a +18. And this game has drastically changed within the span of 5 seconds. So yeah, Cage gonna need to pull up a big comeback here to win this game here to close out the series. But yeah, Lucky gonna take advantage of the card start here. It's an interesting call here because while Cage is very far behind right now, there is a very high probability he will have ammo cards. So we'll have to see how this works out. But Lucky gonna just keep running it down. I think for Cage. Just gonna keep it cool for now. But I mean, Cage might have the options there if Lucky gets low. So this is gonna be a bit interesting how both players end up playing this one out. Ditto play there on the red 7. Yeah, I mean, you just see there, that's just so many cards for Cage here. It's going to be difficult to make that comeback here, but we've seen players do it in the past. Lucky looking to just try and do what they can to not allow Cage to get back into this one. Cage with the switch to yellow. Because the first time we were going to see yellow in a more normal sense. Yeah, because we did have yellow +2 at the start and in that chain. We're gonna actually play the yellow now. We got a little ditto action there. Just running it down. Lucky's still on plan A. Cage continues to just kind of play it calmly for now. Lucky with the wild red. We'll see what Cage does here. Ooh, yeah, I mean, you had to figure some defense was coming there. Gonna switch it immediately back into the yellow. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Lucky with the +4 and has the red 8 now. And that's definitely going to put some more alarms for Cage here. Yeah, back above 25. I think it's an interesting call, though. Wild yellow here from Cage. Trying to force that yellow. Oh, wow. And Lucky's going to get it right there with another +4. And ultimately, I think Cage played that a little bit too passively. And Lucky was able to take advantage of the hand. And we're going to game 7. So, able to get it done there. But, Lucky, I mean, the early move at the start of the game ends up paying off very well there, as Cage was never in this game. So, big win for Lucky there, the force game 7. And after we had 2 sweeps for the first 2 streams there, we are going to end this day off with a game 7 match. Didn't draw a single +2 from that. Wow. Okay. Had these starting card and it worked in my favor. Yeah. That's crazy. That actually worked out really well for Lucky there. It's a risky call. It's a risky move there because you do risk the ammo there, but it actually paid off really well because Lucky had a good starting hand there to help them out. So, I mean, again, ends up getting the win here, and it's gonna be Cage here with the game 7 call for all the marbles here. Still had 2 +4s, so yeah. I get this one goes for both players here. Just kind of how are you feeling heading into this final game here? Winner takes all. Definitely going to be an exciting one here, as this has been a really back and forth series. Glad it's an exciting series, but my nerves are protesting against that fact right now. They have torches, pitchforks ready to go. Fun match so far. Hopefully, we can get back such a great starting hand. All right, well, this is it. Game 7 here for all the marbles here. Cage has the call. Can't pick. Just can't pick 7, 9, or 14. We'll see what Cage does here. Gonna go with 10 cards. Just gonna keep the trend going and moving one up on his picks. So Gonna start straight down the middle here, and we start with another ammo card here. This one's gonna be a blue skip. So I have game 6 started here, so we'll see if, obviously wouldn't be the same position here, but we'll see if Cage does something similar, and it's going to be kind of similar here with a huge run off the start. Takes advantage of the skip, and is going to get rid of 4 of his cards already. Let's go in the yellow. That's the second game in a row where the ammo card start gets taken advantage of. Alright, and now okay, well, we were going to go in the blue, but a wild from yellow for Cage here. This is not looking great for Lucky. Draw there. Lucky had the great hand in game 6 here. Could Cage have another good hand coming up in this one? Could this be a quick one? We'll see. Able to run the yellow for now. Plan A run. Last 3 games have all been plan. Last 2 games have been plan A. Could we get another plan A to end this series? +2 in the yellow 7 here, and this is really looking to be good. Looking good for Cage here. Just kind of running with all the momentum here. Can Lucky do anything? Yeah, I think for Lucky, maybe just taking a second to think this one out here. Because Cage has gotten off to a rocket start here. Lucky gonna draw, doesn't have anything. Can Cage get anything going here? And that's gonna do it. Wow. And that's gonna be the winning hand for Cage there as he gets it done. Didn't even need to use the power play on that one. And unfortunately for Lucky, just kind of had nothing there on that one, and Cage will get his 10th non-DQ win of the season. Last pickup was a +4. That is unfortunate. Yeah, rough one there, but last 3 games ends up being plan A's, and goes 7, but Cage going to be able to hold on and just barely managing to hang on. If I lost, I was going to kick myself so hard for not really could have won a turn earlier with the power play. Yeah, so I mean, power play doesn't even get used in this series here, but Cage gonna get the win and move on. But yeah, I mean, Cage, just kind of your thoughts on how this one played out. I mean, this is a real back and forth series. I mean, the last 3 games really just kind of were plan A for everyone here. So this kind of went by relatively quick here, but you ultimately get the job done and move on to your 3rd regional final of the season. So, big accomplishment for you there. But just kind of your thoughts on getting the victory here today. I'll get Cage's thoughts here on that one. Yeah, it's just really interesting though, because the way this series played out, we didn't get the sweep, of course, but I mean, it was a real back and forth, but it really just kind of was very quick games here, whether it was through both players playing quick or just someone having that great lineup. Yes, I can. 4 minutes 13. Should be 4 minutes 13 seconds. All right, so Cage, my gosh, that was just so heck, really making me earn 10 wins. GG, Lucky. All right, Lucky. I mean, for you, unfortunate way to go out there with Game 7. There just didn't really have much there, but just kind of your thoughts on this run. A career best for you here, and you did end up taking up with some solid names along the way here. But just kind of any thoughts on the tournament run here moving forward, as you do bow out here, but it's still a good match from you here today. We'll see what Lucky says on this one. yeah, as we're updating the bracket here, it's going to be Cage moving on to the regional final. We'll get the winner of Marvel side and John Loser, whenever that match will occur. Yeah, we'll see. Again, we'll see what Lucky has to say here. But I mean, while doing that, let's go to the ref here, Syntax. I mean, Syntax, any thoughts from what you saw from the series here? Real back and forth. I'm glad we had at least a back and forth match here after the first two streams were kind of uncompetitive. But just kind of any thoughts from what you saw here in Cage moving on to the regional finals for the third time this season.
Yeah, Cage's run this season is reminiscent of some of the top players from last season. You know, Saint Titan, Mehel, where they just consistently make it far. And I mean, I thought maybe the tides were turning with that game 6 with the 33 cards for Cage, but Cage proves why he's a top player. He doesn't break composure. He fights to the end and always tries his best to close out series, and that's what he did here. Lucky, hell of an effort, but definitely next season you'll be someone to look out for. But this year is not to be. Cage moves on. What a series!
All right, taking a quick look at Lucky's thoughts here after the game. Yeah, it sucks didn't have any ammo in that last game, but at least had so much fun here. Glad it didn't end with a sweep blend fight for 10 wins, lol. So yeah, I mean, this was a good series to end off the day here. Going to look at the updated bracket now as Cage moving on to the regional finals. He'll be awaiting the winner of Marvel side and John Weezer. We'll see if we get that 1v2 regional final. But John Weezer looking to spoil the party here as he is looking to get a very important win here as he is fighting for his chances at the playoffs here for Marvel side, looking to try to find his way into the D2 Championship. But that'll do it for the stream. Thank you all for watching. Congratulations to Cage on the victory here. He'll be in the regional finals. We'll face the winner of Marvel side, John Weezer. But until then, on behalf of the Amarillo team, including myself, our referee, and I guess analyst at times, Syntax there, both the players never came out to watch. Thank you for watching the stream. I know we had some of Cage's friends coming in, so thank you for watching the stream, and I guess you did get the result you were hoping to see out of this one, but yeah, again, we have a lot of streams going on for these matches here as these tournaments go on. So if you're interested, make sure to check out some more of them, or even join the server, which is in the description of the channel. So till then, I'm G-Man. Thank you all for watching this triple header from today. We will be back with we'll be back tomorrow actually with the start of D1's Jet Set July tournament 4 up there. So first stream game will be happening there, KT, and I believe DJ Curtis will walking you through the coverage on that one. But till then, I'm G-Man, and we'll see you all in the next one. Until then, take care, everyone. Have a great day.